It's a new year, and I wish all farmers out there a happy new year. However, the sad reality is that many farmers may experience some form of failures, which could lead to either low yield or other challenges. And of course, I'm not wishing failure on anyone, and that is why I made this video so that we can learn. Last year, many farmers faced failures in their various areas of specialization, and if we don't address these past failures, we might risk experiencing the same issues this year. Without wasting much time, let me talk about why many farmers are likely to face failures again this year. In one of my videos, I stated clearly that lack of planning is the major cause of failures for farmers, aside natural occurrences that sometimes are beyond our control. Now, the truth still remains that the foundation of every successful agricultural venture is proper planning. I've experienced this firsthand, so I am sharing from a place of experience. Now, what this thing taught me is that before you start up any agricultural business, or let's say you're already into something, but before you start up for the year, you must have your laid down plans. And when I talk about laid down plans, I mean knowing how large you want to go, be it in either cultivation or livestock, whichever thing you are into. Then secondly, knowing how long it will take you to achieve the goal, the desired goal, the goal which you want to attain. And then thirdly, knowing the financial involvement. If you want to run a poultry farm this year, you must be able to know the number of birds you want to keep, you must be able to know how long you want to keep them, and then you must be able to know the cost of feed required to sustain them during this period. And then you work according to plan, so you don't mix things up, or maybe you don't run short of resources even before the duration is over. When making your plans, you must consider your target market. I'm not just talking about poultry farmers now, but farmers in general, because this is another thing that makes a lot of farmers fail, and that is why I have always emphasized it. Knowing who to sell to and when to sell to them will help you a lot. For instance, if you produce cassava stems, you should know that cassava farmers are your target audience or target market. Knowing how to reach out to them and when to reach out to them is very vital. If you're in an environment whereby the cassava farmers there depend solely on rainfall, then you can create awareness, informing them that you produce cassava stems. Then during the rainy season, you sell to them. This is what I mean by knowing when to sell. Pay attention to this. Whenever you are selling, make sure you don't sell when the market is oversaturated. It will affect your profits. And this is the problem a lot of poultry farmers had last year. Many of them kept their birds till the festive seasons, when they felt was good for them to sell. And then during the festive season, the market was oversaturated. And because of this, a lot of them had to sacrifice their profits in order to get back their capital. So this year, get your marketing strategy right. Everything I said about marketing boils down to specific points, which is knowing your target market, knowing when to sell, and then selling off quickly, especially if what you produce is perishable or is time bound. But if what you produce is not perishable, that is a different case altogether. Using myself as an instance, as a beekeeper that produces natural honey and other bee products, I don't have a definite market, and I am not bothered, because natural honey and other bee products can last for thousands of years. So whenever an order comes, I can decide to stop my honey, and then whenever an order comes, I sell off. Unless it's in a situation whereby I need the money urgently, maybe for reinvestment purposes, that's a different case. These things are the things you consider in order not to experience failures this year, maybe as a result of poor marketing strategy. You see, this year, a lot of farmers will fail if they try to scale up without being capable. Now, that English is actually heavy. Let me break it down. You see, this year, many farmers will fail if they try to expand their farms without being truly prepared for it. Before you expand that farm, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, if you are financially capable. Number 2, if you can handle the labor. Number 3, if you have the necessary equipment. And then when assessing your financial capability, make sure that what you have is something that can sustain the farm. You don't have to work based on assumptions or maybe expectations. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Don't act based on expectations. And what I mean is this: don't assume that money will be coming from a particular source to sustain that farm. Don't forget that your expectation may be cut short. Expanding your farm is a bold step, so evaluate yourself carefully before proceeding. Take another vital point from me. If you decide to work things alone by yourself this year, you might fail. Don't get me wrong. While I agree that farming can be an isolating profession, ignoring the power of networking has its own disadvantages. Do you even know the power of networking? It helps you gain knowledge, it helps you build a market for yourself, it helps you gain support systems. So in a year like this, you need people and people need you. Go out and network. Another factor that could lead to poor performance or failure for farmers is being outdated or lacking knowledge. For God's sake, the world is evolving and a lot of things are getting more advanced and even digitalized. Being outdated will cost you so much on the negative side, and that is why you need constant training. So you should learn to register for both online and offline classes. It will help you. We farmers, we need it. We need online and offline classes. Gone are those days when we operate or do agricultural stuff just like how our forefathers did it. If as a cassava farmer you don't know about the newly released improved stems that offer better yield, it means you are not staying current. I went on a tour sometime to a cassava farm, and then I met with this farmer. She shared with me a lot of improved stems that were released recently, which she has been using, and the yield has been wonderful. At the end of this video, I'll be attaching a link to it so you can watch if you want to. The same is applicable to farmers in other areas of agriculture. If as a poultry farmer you don't know the most suitable feed for your birds, it means you are not current and that is a problem for you. Or you don't know the best drugs for them, that's a problem for you. Even to livestock farmers, other livestock farmers, if as a livestock farmer you don't know the best way to improve the fertility of your livestock, that's a problem for you, because you would find your livestock not performing the way they ought to. To crown it all up, without proper training and knowledge, you won't be able to adapt to new challenges, and more diseases are coming out day by day, so you must have to be current in order to know how to deal with these challenges. And then you must also learn you must learn to adopt technology. Technology has its own role to play in agriculture. This year I wish every farmer out there success. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. I'll be waiting. Peace.